Hey, Local 5 this day. Just wanted to give you a quick update. It's been a while, so we wanted to kind of keep you in the loop of what's going on behind the scenes. So first and foremost, I wanted to bring up John Roy, Mr. Lieutenant Hicks, Rob Hicks, and Jason Buckingham have been working with our city councilors as we're establishing a couple things. First of all, we're trying to work with them to establish a memorandum of understanding or agreement, an MOU basically between us and them, so that they recognize and acknowledge who we are and the fact that we have that opportunity to bring to them the concerns that we have concerning the items that we believe is necessary for us to do our job. So that's all the way from equipment to compensation, the whole 9 yards. Fire station placements, we're hoping to make this a fairly well-rounded, inclusive agreement between us and City Council. We have something similar with that with the mayor, although he hasn't been very cooperative as far as actually holding fast to any of our recommendations for that. We're hoping with City Council we're going to be a lot more successful in that. To that point, we've already brought forward an addition of $1 million to next year's budget for the purposes of buying a brand new aerial truck, which will be an accelerated move on our apparatus replacement fleet. So that's a good win for us, and it demonstrates the necessity of the things that we've said throughout this whole process, that we are in fact still falling short and trying to catch up in some of the areas that are necessary for us to do our job. So as we know, it takes a year from the order time to get that in, but at least we'll have, I believe, 2 aerials in by the end of next year, and one of those will be an ad that came about from the incredible work of John Roy, Buckingham, and Hicks, of them doing a great job with our city council. So just wanted to let you know that. With that, we're also working with the city administration, Mr. J.J. Jones and Crum, in looking at our compensation already for next year. JJ does a tremendous job in making sure that the city has the correct numbers, and that when we look at what those numbers are going to be adjusted for next year, that we stay within that group. The assertion and the promise so far to this point has been an encouraging sign by the city administration that they will continue to maintain and keep us at market rate, so we will, again, in theory, not fall behind. So we're working diligently with those people. I've got a new compensation manager that's down at the cities, Cameron, and all the folks we've worked with in the past, Carissa, Kimberly Bingman. Really looking forward to continuing those relationships and making sure that those numbers are valid, so that when we look forward, we can also hold them accountable on the fact that the impact of the things that are exploding within Colorado Springs, such as our housing market and the like, are definitely taken into considerations for the geographic adjustments and the other factors that they like to throw in with that. So we're in the middle of that as well. Upcoming on August 20th, we have the kickoff for the MDA. Chris Jones is doing a tremendous job on this. We'll probably have a presentation with myself and Chief Colas as well that's coming out on CNN. To that point, I really want to make sure that we encourage everybody to understand the importance of the Muscular Dystrophy Association, its long-standing history between the firefighters and that benefit, and how directly impactful it is to our organization, to the members of our organization, to those families of families that are within our organization that have been directly affected by ALS, muscular dystrophy, and a lot of the other associated maladies that are covered by the Muscular Dystrophy Association, to take care of our members. So. And our members' families. This is an opportunity that we have to go out while we're on duty, literally being paid as firefighters to go out and raise money for a really worthy cause that really does make an impact. So because of the fact that this is so close and heartfelt, I'm hoping to carry on the tradition that I remember as a young kid sitting in the back seat out in Las Vegas watching Clark County firefighters raise money for this. It's a long-standing history that we have, because yes, that was a long time ago. We want to make sure that Colorado Springs, again, continues to be towards the top of the state when it comes to collections for that. So hats off to Chris Jones for that, and look for some upcoming information as well. With that, a month and a half, so just about a month, just short of after that, we've got a firefighter memorial here. I believe it's on the 17th of September. It's that Saturday. I know Chris Weaver is already reaching out to our members, and we hope, especially with our newer folks that have come on as of late, you're more than welcome to come out and experience an awesome opportunity to really engage with family members who are coming out here to pay honor to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the job that we do. So I would encourage everybody to come out. If everybody threw in 4 or 6 hours to help drive, throw bags, hang out at the airport to greet families as they come in, I promise you that you will be truly amazed at the engagement and the relationships that you'll establish with the people that have come here again for this very special occasion. So Chris Weaver's looking out for that. We want to make sure we let Chris know as soon as we possibly can, if you can spend some time during that week It really kicks off on Wednesday, really starts ramping up on Thursday, and then all the way through Saturday night and Sunday morning as well for us to unwrap everything on the backside. So please, please, please do consider throwing in Touch Base with Chris Weaver. Pappy Sorellis, hopefully I said that right. He's a young man, old guy, musician that went out and played 24 solid hours at the Flying Chicken Coop. I'm not sure, I keep forgetting what the name of that bar is out in Black Forest. All that being said, with a tremendous heart, and we're sincerely humbled in the fact that they helped raise over $10,000 for our Firefighter Foundation, which directly benefits members of Local 5 who, for whatever reason, are impacted by medical bills, tragedies within their family, impacts we've had to the loss of houses through some of the fires that have occurred in our surrounding communities, to anything that's necessary and important to help take care of our members, the impact of contracting a cancer that's directly related to our job. All of those things, this foundation is there for us to help offset some of those costs to our members. It's an incredible benefit to us, and we're super appreciative of those folks that provided this with Pappy and the crew that he had with his band. Literally played 24 hours. Weddle and Cody Thompson and Dusty went out to help support that, had the fire engine out there. No, they weren't there for the full 24 hours, but they definitely were there for a long enough time to enjoy the opportunity to spend some time with people out in Black Forest. So hats off to them, and that was a way big benefit for us. A couple more things real quick. So in theory, I think this is supposed to happen tonight, or maybe it's already happened. But again, it's one of those IT things that they love to rock us in the middle of the night for. We've brought the challenge on that we don't think that that's very appropriate to literally unrack 126 people for some issues, obviously, what we have in the deficiency through our IT. It's out of our hands in theory. They say that it's driven by the PD and the dispatch side of that, and those are the slowest and lowest times. So PD, again, is kind of driving our cart for us. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that right now. We will continue to work on that issue, given that they're not supposed to break the speakers on everything. Notifications should be coming through your emails to the officers, and hopefully they'll have somebody stand by. Welcome to Colorado Springs Fire Department, all you younger folks, to set an alarm to make sure that they do a roll call as we do what we used to do in the old days, so everybody acknowledges the fact that every station has somebody listening to a radio for that dispatch information. That way, we basically have 22 people that are affected at a time instead of 126 people that are affected on that. So in theory, station officers can assign somebody to that to make sure that they're up, listening to that radio, ready to do that roll call. If we blow this, it goes back, we'll be just unracking 126 people, because obviously we're still responsible for the calls that go out, so we want to make sure we're diligent about taking care of this and making sure that we go back to the old days, right? Flashback for those of us who've been around for more than a minute, and yes, sat around with an HT listening to the calls as a new kid on the block. And yes, it wasn't a teletype in my time, but pretty close. Kurt Crum, again, as well, has been pushing the issue, is actually nagging me as making sure that he crosses our T's and dotting our I's. We've got some information that's come out from our HR department as well. That's been generated from the fact that we're trying to hold and make sure that the city is doing a proper job on documentation and all the things that are necessary to take care of our people for the issues that they may receive as far as injuring themselves at work. If you have any questions on that, please don't hesitate to either talk to Captain J.J. Halsey in our fire HR, or Kurt Crum if you have a concern with how you're being treated on that, to make sure that you're being taken care of in a way that's appropriate for the injuries that you have. By the way, man, saving grace in the fact that I didn't think that it was anything significant on this, but I got in. It took me 2 days to file a Cecilia OHM report because the system is just so goofy, but it truly saved my ass. When 3 weeks later, the whole arm blew up. So don't blow those little nuances off that you think it's nothing. Notate everything, document everything, and then have follow-up with those folks if you have any additional questions. Hope I didn't take too much of your time. I know it's been a long time since I've got back to you. Nice beard, yes. A lot of gray, yes. More on one side, kind of weird, huh? Hope to be back to my job here shortly, so hope to see you folks around. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.